What's up everybody, I'm Brian from I Tesla, and that happened to my wife while she was driving home yesterday, actually, Thursday, and thankfully for TeslaCam we have footage of that, and I found where the truck lives, or I found where the truck is right now. We couldn't get the license plate off of it because it was moving too fast off of the trailer or the car, but there's some distinct stickers that I'm able to find out who this person is. I saw the truck this morning, but right now, I'm gonna wash the car. It's sitting right out there. I'm gonna give it a foam bath. I got my pressure washer set up, some nice stuff from Mother's. I'm gonna completely clean it because, well, it's not really dirty, but I wanna make sure where all the damage is. And then we're gonna take it to Sunstoppers and get it fixed. And also get a quote, and I'm gonna confront the guy a little bit and see their reaction to the fact that we have it on videotape, see if he denies it. I think I'm not gonna tell him it's on video until he denies it, and then see if I can get him to pay for it. I'm gonna take you to Sunstoppers and see what the process is to replace and repair or whatever it needs to be done. But first of all, we're gonna clean that up, and then I'm gonna show you all the spots on there that are damaged, because it doesn't look like any paint's damaged. It looks like it's just in the PPF, which that's what it's there for. Now that the car is roughly dried off, I'm gonna park it up front in the sun. So, because one nice thing about PPF is, which is paint protection film from Expel anyway, it has self-healing properties. So in the sunlight, it's going to self-heal. So I'm gonna do that just to see all the little minor scratches go away, and then we're gonna see what the damage is, because there is some already. I wanna see what the difference is. Right here's a little bit of damage, and right there. So it looks like the bumper will need to be replaced, and the fender and the hood. And the nice thing about being PPF, it's a lot cheaper to do that than send it to a body shop, and hopefully they match the color. I'm gonna go take this outside and let it bake. I found where he lives. I was actually riding my boosted board at the time when I found him. Decided to confront the guy. On the 4th of July, I drove over to his house, and not to be mean or anything, I just wanted to explain it to him. I had the video footage to show him and to explain what the issue was, and see what he said. It's a very nice house. He has money to pay for it, I can tell. And I confronted him about it. So luckily he was outside doing some things, getting some stuff ready for the 4th of July. He came out, actually his dog met me first, but he came over and I explained to him what the problem was, and he knew right off the bat. I said, I have video of it if you'd like to see it, and he said, no, I don't even need to see it. So that's really cool how he was able to take ownership. He knew he screwed up, and maybe he recognized the car from the neighborhood, and he knew that someone would be knocking on the door soon. Seemed like a really nice guy. Didn't really care to see the video, but he said just to get it fixed and send him the bill, and he'll take care of it. I contacted Sunstoppers and I asked him how much it would be to replace the hood and the bumper. So I told him, I said, for these two pieces, it looks like it's going to be $900. So he was really cool about it, and he just said, get it fixed and send me the bill, basically. So I got his name, I know where he lives, I've got a receipt for the PPF. I just got back from getting that done today. It's Sunday. It's been a week now, so the car is just finished. I just got it done, and I had a fun time there at Sunstoppers with Mike and his son. It was, Sunday they're closed, so we're there having a fun time learning, really, because Mike was gonna let me do some of it, but he decided to turn it into an education about PPF and how long it takes, how much it costs, and things like that. So I really learned a lot about it. I didn't get to install any of it, like I kind of wanted to, but then I also saw how hard it actually is and how much skill you have to have and experience with the PPF to install it. So it was great for me and his son to learn. We learned how it goes, but we didn't get the experience yet. Maybe he'll let me maybe he'll let me help him sometime. Now I just have to go take the receipt over to the guy, and he can pay Mike for it, or however he wants to do it, give me the cash to give to Mike, however he's comfortable doing it. I'm not going to show you that footage because I'm not going to record that. He was cool about it. He was upfront. honest that yes, he did do that. Really awesome of him to admit that and to tell me to just get it fixed and send him the bill. So, but anyway, I learned so much about the PPF, and if you'd like to stick around at the end of this video, I'm going to put the class together that we went through, and you can learn why PPF is important and how difficult it is to actually install. There's a reason why they don't sell too many pre-cut kits from XPEL, because this stuff takes some skill and it's not very easy to install. And also, if you're in the Charlotte area, there's 8 locations at Sunstoppers in Charlotte. He's got others around, but I definitely recommend paint protection on the front of your car. Get clear. You don't have to get the stealth protection, because you have to do that over the whole car, and that's when it gets really expensive and takes a long time. But just the front clip, the bumper, the hood, and the fenders, and the side mirrors. That's really all you need, and that's everything facing forward. I definitely recommend that, because there's really no grill, especially on the 3 and the Y. There's no grill. This one has a tiny grill, and it's just a lot of plastic that gets pelted by rocks, and you're gonna get a rock chip. I posted both clips about the accident or the debris hitting and me meeting the guy at his house, and a lot of people just said online, give the footage to the police and let them deal with it. But you really don't need to get the police involved if you don't have to. And I guess I would have if he was belligerent or he told me to leave his property or anything like that, or admitted not to doing anything. But I figure you can be nice to people and you get nice things back. We should, again, be positive, and awesome things will happen. So especially in the way this world is right now, it's a crazy, bizarro world right now. It could have went either way. I thought he was going to be nice, and if I thought he was going to be terrible, I would not have gone to the house. Be safe out there. Don't confront people if you're afraid to, but also don't waste police time if it's nothing major. So. And yes, I didn't go to my insurance, because I do have a $1,000 deductible on my cars, and this was going to be under $1,000. So what's the point of getting insurance involved, even though he might pay? And I'd rather go the calm route. If you go directly to the police, then you can't scale it up any farther. So here's some more footage of us putting it on or taking off the paint protection, and just having a good time, hanging out together as friends. And like I said, if you want to stick around to the end, that's when you'll learn a little bit about paint protection and why it's good and how to install it. Just a quick mini class, but you'll learn in the video that it really takes about 6 months to a year to really be comfortable to do a car by yourself. So it's not something you can pick up over the weekend.
There was like one of the scratches that was right there. There's nothing.
Yes. All the damage was in the PPF. The bumper's not even touched.
I know, but
me see the water alcohol, Cole. All right, so basically what you want to do over here, Brian, is you got it all wet, right? Here's your water alcohol mix, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do is spray your water alcohol mix right here. See how it's starting to tack already?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and get this edge, and I want it right before.
Okay.
I don't want to get it up in there because if I get it up in that crease, it's not going to make a good bond.
Yeah.
It just won't. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tack that corner like we just did on the corner over there. We tack it. Okay. You come there, and what you're going to do is you're just going to slightly move your water down. So you come over here. So you can come here, stretch it, pull that corner. Okay, see that edge right there now? I'm just doing this by class, I'm just kind of teaching you now. You can full here, but it's not necessary yet because you don't have all this down. So there's your lip, there's your lip. So now we want to start working this. So I'm trying. I can lift this up, re-wet it. See, I got my tack point now. See, it's still wet. But I got it to where that would hold and that would hold. So when you get your tack points, that means it's still wet everywhere else. So you can lift it back up, but it keeps the tension up here. So now I can. What you do is you just come back here and make sure you didn't miss any. What? Alright, so this piece right here, I didn't know was here. I tacked here and tacked here, but I didn't know this was here. So now, I gotta come back, re-wet this.
Oh, so even though you tacked it down, it's still not
Tacked.
really secure.
It's not. I just tacked.
So you can still play with this if you made a mistake.
Yes. So now I can lift, come back, and I didn't realize there was a tack point here. I didn't even see it. When I was cutting, I thought the tack points, I didn't even know there was a corner here. So then what I'll do is come back, there's water alcohol, come back over here. All right, Colby. See right here? Come in here, I'm gonna get that edge. Then I'm gonna come back over here, stretch this edge. I'm just taking my time, Colby, so you and Brian can both learn. I mean, I could have just slapped this on in 2 seconds, but it's not worth doing that. I want to just show you why we're doing what we're doing. You see what I'm saying? That's all smooth. It's all flat.
Oh, there's water under there.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Right now, what my biggest concern is looking to see how much distance I have wrapped back here. That's actually a lot. So I want to kind of get the same consistency here. So I want to try to get the same.
Oh, so you're going to have the same reveal?
I want to try to get the
Try to
same. Yes, I want to try to get the same consistency. So I'm leaving all this so I can stretch this back up. See that? See that stuck?
Yeah.
So now I've got this right here. And I'm gonna play with. So now I've got this coming over here. Now I can get get this tack point right here, and then I can stretch that back up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I'll kind of worked it to where this now has a little bit of say right here. And then we'll come back here, and then we'll stretch that back up. And then I can stretch that down. So what I want to do is make sure there's no water, because I still have enough water. See, when I see stuff like this is why I wipe it. So I can kind of see where the film is wet and where it's not wet. So I've left a little behind right there. And if I would have left that in there, see, I still have enough water right here. I could lift this back up. So I can still get this moisture to come right down. So now I got to make sure I got enough overhang. As far as tension. See the wrapped edge? See, I'm kind of getting the tension out of the wrapped edge. See, I'm trying to get a consistent, the wrap line. I'm trying to get consistent so I can tie in here so this line is consistent to wrap. See how I'm wrapped? See how this tension comes out of the hood where it used to jumble up? And I just brought it all like kind of
back to a corner.
See how they're see how I just kind of brought them all back kind of to this corner.
You can smell the alcohol.
Yeah, this takes experience.
Yeah.
This is not like vinyl at all. You have to understand the material, how it's going to stretch and everything.
Vinyl just stick.
See all that water's there, and it'll all come out. And what we do is see how this is drying. This is how you want it to look. All right, so look here. See the soap? And come over here. See how it's lifting up but sticking? See, now there's soap in it, right? So what you want to do is you want to get that nice clean edge. So what we do is we spray water alcohol on top, and then you basically come underneath and you let it roll down on your hand like this. And when you hear that squeak, so what I'm doing is I'm getting rid of all the soap that's there.
Magic.
So is it easier to clean all that out and let it dry?
Yes, all I'm doing now is just cleaning this out. I'm gonna do the bumper. When I do the bumper, this will go down like butter cakes. You know what I'm saying?
So do you start in the middle and work out, or from one side to the
What
other?
I do is I come over here. See this point right here? That's right here. See this high point? So what we'll do is we'll kind of get this point right here tacked, so I can at least have a build point. Because now I can pull over and down.
Okay.
So now I can go there. So what I want to do is I want to come over here. See these little points right here? I got that line right there pretty tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of come run a line here and run a point here and then point there and then point down and kind of get my tack points. One here, one here, one here, one there, one there. So I'm going to create like a little box. It's called tack points. You understand? And so what I'm looking at is where my tension and stress is going to be. So I'm going to have to basically go here, here. See this right here? Look at all this jumbled up mess right here. See how that's jumbled up?
Yeah.
Kind of like bunched up. So what I've got to do is I've got to flatten this out, and then I've got to pull.
Okay.
So right here, you see this pull?
Short there.
See the pull?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here, come over here, and I don't want this to be a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to kind of find this little tack point right here. So that's tacked, and that's tacked. And then there's a crease right in there. I'm going to come in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of take this film. See this point right here? See that little point?
Yeah.
So what I want to do is create this as a tack point. See how it's right there on this ledge? So that seam's right there?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll come over here, get that even, stretch that down. And I'll kind of get that to a tack point right there. So that's nice.
Are the hoods the easiest?
Hoods?
Yeah.
Depends on the hood. So now I've got this kind of where I want to play with it, so I can do that as a separate piece. Because I'm just going to spray a little bit more water in here and keep it wet. And I can move it around. See that line?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to try to get that line where I want it, up here, 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 here. So now I'm going to untack this, because the only reason I tacked this over here is to keep that from moving while I was pulling. So it would keep the film from moving. So this was a temporary tack. So now I can come back and move the film. But I tacked it here so I could figure out where it was going to be, so I know where my line and stretch points were going to be, so I wasn't going to overstretch the film.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's a jigsaw puzzle. That's all it is, tack points. Everything in this business is tack points, okay? Smooth, make sure it's smooth, watch the film. So I can come up here. Now that line, it disappears. See it disappearing?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to overdo it, because the film is not made to go up in a crease. Because as soon as you go up in the crease,
It'll pop back out.
so you want to get it right to the line, right here, and stop. It'll hide itself in the actual shadow of that crease.
Yeah.
And now you have a bond. Now you have the film making a good bond.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you have a bond that's slightly over time, it's going to wiggle off.
Oh, the dirt's going to catch on there. And
Yep.
you're going to see it.
The wetter, the better. You have two solutions. You want this bottle to be really soapy. And then you want this one to be water alcohol. So when you find a tack point and got this thing smooth, you basically smooth it out to where you want it with the soap and get it flat. And then once you get it squeegeed and you get it flat, you turn around and use the, see that?
What is that?
A piece of fuzz. If that was just alcohol, that would never come out. So that's why you use a lot of soapy water, that thing's gone. If you use water and alcohol, there ain't no way that thing's come out.
Yeah.
It's stuck. So that's why you use two solutions. You kind of get and then you can still bump it. See how the stuff still stretches?
Yeah.
So I can still kind of, see it's air. That means I got not enough soap over there. So I want to get some soap in there, smooth it out, come back, get it flat. So a lot of times what people do is they say they want to bulk a car.
Mm-hmm.
They want to put all the material on here, let it dry, overstretch it, and then they want to come back with a knife and do what a plotter does.
Mm-hmm.
Drives me nuts. Like, I'm scared to death to do that.
Don't put a knife on the car.
I mean, I will, but it just only if I'm trimming off a little piece that was peeling.
You don't want to do the whole card. So
You don't want to do the whole car that way. A lot of times what I do is what's called tack, stop. Tack, move, stop. See? I'm not in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm letting that dry. So now I've tack, tack, tack. That's smooth. So I'll come back, kind of smooth this out. and I'll kind of let this do its thing. And now it's kind of dry, so when I start to pull, that's going to hold.
Mm-hmm.
See, now it's starting to hold already. And I can go right to that side.
So obviously you've been doing this for a long time. How long before you're comfortable doing someone's car?
6 months to a year of working under someone full time. Probably
Wow.
6 months.
Wow.
Yeah. You could do this, but you would overstretch the film.
Mm-hmm.
You would spend 5 times longer doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's guys that pick this stuff up pretty quick, and then there's
Yeah.
guys that, I mean, how good are you with a paintbrush? How good are you with, I mean, it's
true.
the person.
It's an art.
It's just the person's mindset. People get in a hurry, this ain't for them.
Yeah.
But wrap installers is the problem. You got so many wrap installers that heat, wrap, and stretch,
Yeah.
and then they try to do this, and they can't do it. It's better to teach someone that's never had any experience with wraps, tint, or anything,
Mm-hmm.
and then take them as a dummy and create, that way they can see from step 1, step 2, step 3. It's like I could teach you to do this because you have no experience.
Yeah.
If you had experience doing this, you're going to come in, oh man, I know how this stuff works. Well,
Yeah.
they're not going to listen.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, how long does it take to do it normally? Do a bumper, a hood, fenders, like the whole front of a car?
Full front end of a car, there's guys in the industry that can do this in an hour and a half.
Wow.
The average in the industry is probably 3 to 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
That's for a professional that does it every day. It's going to take their time and do it right. Not to say the guys doing it an hour and a half can't do it right. It's just that's all they do all day long, and they're built for volume.
Yeah.
Okay? Your average guy in a shop that tints and runs it by himself as an owner would probably take all day. Prep it, clean it, wash it, cut it, weed it, stick it. It's a whole day.
Wow.
It's the process of all that. But if you have a team behind you where you have just a guy that comes in here and preps and does this, and the kits are already cut out and they're ready to go, it's production.
Wow.
So a lot of the shops just aren't made for production. They're tinting cars, they're answering the phone, they're
Yeah.
dealing with customers, they're cutting the plotter. So if I had headphones on and had just this, I could do this hood, that fender, and that in about 2 hours.
Wow.
But I've been doing this
Yeah.
since '96. I started doing paint protection when this stuff was awful. And now the computers, the kits, the stuff, it makes it easy. It makes it easier. It's just my body is giving up on me. I can't do this like I used to. I got old. Okay? So I want you to see this. See all the water? Can you see that on camera?
Yeah. Okay.
See the water?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Tomorrow, when you come back to that in the sun,
It goes right through the material?
it absorbs and goes away. It absorbs in the sun, and the glue underneath, it'll suck it dry. In the video, for people who get PPF done, that you've got to give it 2 to 3 days for all this stuff to dry. So you have to show it. Show it on video of it drying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let it sit outside, or will it dry in the garage?
It'll dry in the garage. It'll take longer, but it'll dry in the garage in 2 or 3 days. That'll be completely gone. So mark this area and then come back every day
Okay.
and watch that as far as the video. You know what I'm saying? You thumb and you roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. But you have to be very careful with these gloves because you can get the fuzz.
Oh, yeah. So you kind of want to just take that whole edge over at the same, you don't want to just go straight over here.
No,
and
because then
work
they
your way down.
overlap.
Yeah.
They look gaudy looking. So now I've got a nice even tension. Nice even tension.
As always, stay awesome, stay positive, and I'll catch you later.